Officials at the Riverside Discovery Center are increasing precautions after the state's 5th case of avian influenza was confirmed in a small backyard flock of chickens and waterfowl here in Scotts Bluff County. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Joining me, in our top story, zoo officials are taking extra precautions after state veterinarian Roger Dudley announced that the local farm here in Scotts Bluff County had been quarantined and the affected birds were killed and incinerated. Upon word of the case, Riverside Discovery Center Director Anthony Mason told KNEB News that the facility took additional steps to protect their birds.
They're going to be taking our swans off the lake and moving them into quarantine. And they moved we've got some turkeys that are free ranging also. We moved those turkeys off, and then we closed the side of the petting zoo that has chickens in it so that, nobody can go into the chicken area right now.
Mason says once the virus was first detected in the state, staff started using foot baths to disinfect their footwear, increased the use of gloves and hand washing, and changing routines so staff working near pond birds would not work near zoos' exotic birds. State officials say they also set up more than a 6-mile surveillance zone around the quarantine property per federal agriculture department policy. Well, a group called Gering Grassroots is campaigning for Proposition 1, which would impose a half-cent sales tax in Gering to fund public infrastructure projects. Committee member Jordan Diedrich says these road, water, and sewer projects need to be paid for regardless, but Prop 1 would generate funding from non-Gering residents as well.
It has to be done, so it's either this way, it's all, a couple different ways. It'll be all on Gering residents, utility rates or property taxes or anything like that to be able to fix these things because they have to be done. Or vote yes on Prop 1 and it's a less of a burden on residents in Gering.
Diedrich estimates that $600,000 would be generated from this tax each year and, if passed, would sunset 10 years from now. Voters in Gering will have the opportunity to vote on this proposition during the May 10th primary election. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Life Care promises us that we are looked after and taken care of properly.
If I didn't have life care, I would be probably scared to death about having enough money for when I got older or when I got sick.
Moving in here was an easy decision and, in fact, a no-brainer. I looked at it as actually buying long-term care insurance and, in retrospect, a good move.
One of the things that convinces me that we did the right thing is no matter what happens, we will constantly be taken care of.
The whole thing is just vital because you don't have to be worried about what's ahead for you. It's there, it's in black and white, and that's reassuring.
This is home. It has been from the day I moved in.
Welcome back. A Minutair man who was arrested following an armed home invasion east of Scotts Bluff in October is a wanted man. 54-year-old Lance Gibbons had pleaded no contest to amended charges of possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, terroristic threats, and tampering with physical evidence. Gibbons posted bond in late November, but failed to show up for his April 5th sentencing before District Judge Andrea Miller. He is facing a mandatory minimum prison sentence, which will range from 3 to 50 years, and a warrant for Gibbons' arrest has been issued. Well, Nebraska lawmakers have overwhelmingly rejected Governor Pete Ricketts' reject of more than $126 million in spending in the 3 bills making adjustments to the biennial budget. No less than 41 senators supported overriding Ricketts' line item vetoes on LB 1011, 1012, and 1013 yesterday. In debate before the vote on the first override motions, Bayard Senator Steve Erdman, who supported 2 of the 3 efforts, said the bills could have been better had there been an opportunity to amend them on the floor.
But we were not afforded that opportunity because Senator Lathrop filibustered them every time and had amendments in place that avoided us from making adjustments. And I believe Senator Linehan would agree with me, there would have been adjustments made to these bills, and I don't know if it would have prevented an override or not, but it would have went a long ways to helping.
Lawmakers followed up action on those 3 bills with passage of LB 1014, the measure appropriating more than $1 billion in federal ARPA funding for one-time expenditures. 40 senators voted in favor of sending that measure to the governor's desk for his approval. And Allo Communications is expanding their network once again in the Panhandle, this time starting an all-fiber project in Sydney. After working closely with the city to complete the necessary agreement, Allo has partnered with local contractors to build the fiber optic network. Allo teams will begin constructing the fiber infrastructure throughout Sydney, and residents and businesses will receive advance notice of necessary work in yards and easements through the mail. The goal is to ensure that Sydney is connected at a world-class level by providing businesses, residents, and governmental entities with exceptional TV, internet, and phone solutions over an all-fiber network. Well, coming up for the break, Bill Boyer in with a very pleasant weekend weather forecast here on KNEB.TV News.
What a year 2020 was. Now's the time to get out and travel this summer to see family and friends you were not able to see this last year. Spend more time enjoying your trip by flying United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with daily flights to and from Denver. Reserve your flight today and remember United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. And don't forget, Thrifty Car Rental is here for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and hitch a ride with your BFF, Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
After a week full of relenting winds, we've got much calmer conditions coming across the area as we go through the evening hours into tomorrow. And clear skies, pretty pleasant evening actually, with temps falling into the 30s. It is going to be nice tomorrow. We will see some showers, I think, late in the day. And then windy conditions return again Sunday, just in case you missed them. And then it's going to turn much colder starting Sunday and especially next week. And a winter storm is possible. We'll have to keep a close eye out for that. 54 yesterday for a high after a morning low of 26. All that wind and no precip. We're still well below normal now for the month at about 3,500s and about the same below normal for the year. As we look across the area, well, we've got temperatures 50s and 60s, warmest in this part of the state and in eastern portions of Wyoming, 68 in Wheatland, 59 in Alliance, 54 in Valentine. Winds, it's nice to see these calm, aren't they? Down into the single digits in low teens in miles an hour. Any wind gusts are under 20 for the most part, except right around Cheyenne. Well, we do have red flag warnings out, and that's going to continue to be a problem for the next couple of days until we get some appreciable moisture in here. Thoughts to all the folks fighting those fires down in south central Nebraska, as fire weather warnings have been out in those areas and will continue. Red flag warnings could be extended out into the panhandle, but we do see some rain chances coming late tomorrow, which is going to help us. So as we go through the day tomorrow, or tonight, overnight tonight rather, it's just going to be clear. Maybe a few high-level clouds. That's about it. And lows are going to fall down into the 30s for most of us. Some areas, though, not getting down even into the mid-40s. Now, tomorrow we start the day with a few clouds out there. Notice as we go through the early afternoon hours, we start to bring in a few showers here across the area. And then we will see those move west to east, southwest to northeast across the area. Notice what happened there early Sunday morning, even a quick batch of some snow showers, not out of the question. We've got highs tomorrow, though, first into the 70s for many of us, upper 60s and low 70s. Now, this model forecast getting a little more aggressive with some precip from this system coming in late tomorrow. Some areas we've got picking up a half inch, close to moisture out of it. All beneficial moisture if we can get it. And any snow should be light and probably not accumulating to very much, maybe in some of the higher elevations around Lusk and north of Cheyenne. Otherwise, it'll just be a wet snow if we do get any switching over to snow. 36 tonight, pleasant, clear. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy. It's going to be mild, some showers developing late. Can't even probably rule out a rumble of thunder or two. Highs in the low 70s, and it looks like we'll be windy and colder then as we go into Sunday. Highs only around 50. Some showers develop late Monday. It's going to be breezy. And then rain turns to snow and a possible winter storm late Tuesday into Wednesday. Look at Wednesday's high, only in the mid-30s, maybe the low 40s, and windy, a raw day on Thursday. Then Good Friday turns better, and highs in the upper 50s as we get back closer to normal. But all in all, other than tomorrow, the next 7 days look below normal and quite active here across the high plains.
I really like how our OB department takes our limited amount of doctors and turns it into a strength. Even though we only have a couple of people, you get to know them well over your entire pregnancy. We have 2 state-of-the-art labor rooms that are new with our last addition. We have a couple of very nice postpartum rooms also right here in the hospital, so they can get as much time with mom and baby as possible.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
We're back here at the 94th Nebraska FFA State Convention, visiting with Nebraska FFA State Vice President from the COSAT FFA chapter, that is Gracie Snyder. Gracie, how are you feeling this week as we gear up for what is certainly a busy couple of days for you and your officer teammates?
I am very excited to see all of the members back in person, getting back together. I'm excited to see members that I've connected with over the past year and see them all back here together in Lincoln.
I've been asking this question. Do you remember state convention when you were in high school?
Yes, I do. So I actually sat here in this arena 3 years ago, and my sister Samantha told me that I would be up on the stage talking someday, and here we are back in person again, and it's all came true.
Let's test your memory. Which section?
It was right there.
You still remember?
I do remember. I remember it all.
So your sister was hinting at the fact that you would be on this stage someday. Had you, at that time, had some aspiration to become a state FFA officer? When did you first think that would be a path you wanted to follow?
So I know how much the state officers when I was in high school had an impact on me. And I was just so excited at the opportunity to even try to make that same impact on other students. And so my senior year, when the applications came out, I knew I had to at least try to get here. And I never thought I would. This is a dream for me. It's so exciting. So yeah.
It's quite a process with a lot of interviews, a lot of different people, and random questions they'll throw at you when it comes to that interview process. Yours was on Zoom, though, a little bit different experience. Talk about what that was like.
It was definitely a really big challenge getting to know the other candidates through Zoom, but I think that we made the best of the situation we were put in. We had our chat on Zoom going, we had Snapchats and texts going with each other throughout the entire process, so we really tried to make those connections from behind a screen.
Mm-hmm. Certainly able to connect with your 6 teammates throughout the year. Yeah. What have been some of your favorite parts of serving with the 6 other individuals?
My favorite thing about our team is we all come from different backgrounds in different areas, and I love how much we are willing to teach and learn from each other. It's been an amazing experience to learn about everybody's different backgrounds, different views of agriculture, and get the opportunity to share those things with each other.
What's the most challenging aspect of serving as a state FFA officer?
The most challenging thing is trying to bring the energy every day. We are always running around doing so many different things, so it's really challenging to stay on top of it, but once you get in the room with the members, it becomes a lot easier because you just want to build those connections.
Mm-hmm. On this stage, you'll be delivering your retiring address this week. What is yours titled, and what's the subject matter?
My retiring address is entitled Take a Second Look, and it's all about taking a second look at our experiences and seeing them from another perspective. And the biggest part of my retiring address, the biggest thing I want FFA members to remember is achievement is measured in the journey, not by the end result. It's all about those lessons and skills and people you meet along the way versus how it ends up.
How'd you learn those life lessons?
Well, through FFA, it was a huge one. Also 4-H softball, all my high school opportunities. When I look back on those things, I can't remember anything I won, how I placed in anything, but I truly do remember how I grew from those experiences.
Mm-hmm. It's all about that journey. As you look back on this past year, what are you going to remember about being a state FFA officer?
I am going to remember all the amazing people I met along the way, all the support I had from my family, my friends, my community, and just the way people make me feel in FFA and how everyone belongs here, and the support and the love and the passion that people find in this organization.
You'll be retiring this jacket at the end of the week. A new group of state officers will be announced. What's next for you, though, in terms of your education path?
So I just switched my major to agronomy with a minor in precision agriculture and ag communications. Through a lot of business and industry visits this year, I kind of found a different path I want to take. So I'm really excited to get started in those classes, and I'm also doing an internship this summer at Nutrient Ag Solutions to kind of get exposed to that agronomy side of things.
Very good. Got a lot of things figured out, it sounds like. Gracie, congratulations on the year. That is Gracie Snyder serving as the Nebraska FFA State Vice President.
The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scotts Bluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, a platinum record music group will be taking the stage this summer for the 135th Scotts Bluff County Fair. Fair manager Lana Hubbard says Parmalee has been booked to be this year's musical entertainment in front of the grandstands at the fairgrounds in Mitchell. The Band of Brothers is one of only 4 groups since 2001 to earn 3 consecutive top 10 singles from a debut country album, and was a 2016 ACM New Vocal Duo Group of the Year nominee. Tickets will go on sale on May 30th at $25 each, with prices rising an additional $5 per seat on July 1st and another $5 on the day of the show. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.